Played right field for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Right.
Won 3 batting titles. Was the 1966 most valuable player. Who was he? Roberto Clemente. So that's who I grew up watching when I was a little kid. We'd get into Coors Field for a buck, and we'd sit in the right field bleachers. And we would go early to watch him in batting practice. Not hit because he was a good hitter, but to watch him play right field because of the way he could throw. And Maury Wills, you know, who was at one time the National League had the most stolen bases, almost 1,000. It was broken by Lou Brock. But he said the most exciting time in baseball was when the Dodgers would come to Pittsburgh, and if there was a runner on first, he said the whole Dodger dugout would stand up if there was a left-handed batter, especially to see if the guy on first would try to go to third base when they hit the ball. But watch him play right field. If you can ever get any video, you know, Google it. Just watch him play the ball, but throw is just absolutely just. I've never seen anything like it. But he was my hero growing up. He was a good guy. A good guy. He died in an airplane crash, taking relief supplies to Nicaraguans after the earthquake. He was still playing. He just hit his 3,000th hit. His last hit of the year. He died in the winter. But his last hit was his 3,000th hit. And he was hurt all that year, so he didn't play as much, but he was a much better than the playing one. But did not handle her beauty, so she was married and divorced 6 times. So we had a rather tumultuous, there were 5 kids in our family with 3 different last names, you know. But, you know, my mom was a broken woman. She was beautiful and nuts. I didn't know that as a little kid. As I got older, you know, and things happened in our life, and I committed my life to Christ. We didn't have any kind of a Christian background. We never went to church. No one ever told us about Jesus. No one ever invited us to church, anything like that, until I was 18 years old. And then that summer, we hung out on the projects. And that summer, some ladies actually would come out where we hung out, you know, and they would just start telling us about Jesus. And as I got older and my life changed, I was able to understand my mom wasn't just, you know, a bad person. She was a broken person. Her was broken. She was looking for love in all the wrong places, you know. You know, you guys, you know, 3 beautiful girls here in your life. People are going to come across and they're going to tell you they love you and they want something for you, you know. But the way I describe my relationship with Jesus is just like you want somebody that'll be faithful to you, you know, someday in your life. That will be number one. They can be all kinds, but you want them to be faithful. You know, God just wants you to be faithful to Him, not just be a Sunday Christian, not just pray when there's a crisis. And Clemente definitely, you know, I don't know how committed he was, but he was a God-fearer. He honored. He used the Lord's name, not in vain. But he, you know, that was really part of how he died. And he said his faith mandated that he go and help people that didn't have what he had. But you know, when Jackie Robinson was, you know, coming into the leagues, there was the guy that brought him in. His name was Branch Rickey. His name was Wesley Rickey. His real name was Wesley Rickey, and he's in the Hall of Fame too. And I've been to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, and it has on Branch Rickey's plaque, half evangelist, half innovator, because he was always coming up with great, like the pitching machine. He invented the pitching machine. But he was an outstanding Christian, always shared his faith, always talked to people about Jesus. And when he was looking for the first black guy to break the color barrier, he said, I want a guy that fears God, because he's got to understand what's at stake here. And a lot of people don't know that they would meet in Branch Rickey's office every day, get down on their knees, and they would pray together. And they read from a book called The Life of Christ. So they would read that. And Branch would actually practice with him, calling him racial epitaphs and everything. Saying, this is what they're going to say about your mother, it's what they're going to say about your wife, and they would literally practice in his office, because he said, look, this is what's going to happen to you, you know. But I'm telling you, let's say this, you know, that you know, baseball obviously is just fun, it's just good for you, you know, and but it's also a platform, you know, to use. You know, there will be